Have you ever noticed how the deepest wounds aren't caused by harsh words, but by the silence that lingers afterward? Why does the lack of someone's voice feel louder than any shout? Most men, when hurt, rush to explain, argue, or plead, believing words can repair what's broken. But true strength lies in the opposite, stepping back, staying silent. This isn't just about heartbreak. It's about transformation. It's about how a man can rebuild himself without uttering a word. How silence, when mastered, becomes sharper than any weapon. When you grasp the power of detachment, you stop chasing closure. You no longer beg others to recognize your worth. You embody it. You become the silence they can't ignore. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about becoming untouchable. Dark psychology isn't manipulation. It's understanding the hidden forces driving human behavior and refusing to be controlled by them. When you master your emotions and reactions, you hold a power no one can strip away. You stop bleeding for someone who wouldn't even wipe your tears. When you withdraw, your presence, your energy, your validation, you don't just vanish. You become an unfillable void. A question with no answer, a mistake that can't be undone. Your silence becomes a mirror, forcing her to confront what she discarded. And by the time she realizes it, you've already moved on. Welcome to the moment you stop chasing and start conquering. This is what happens when you go silent, and that's what truly breaks her. If you're tired of sacrificing your peace for those who never valued it, if you're ready to reclaim your power, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. My silence speaks louder than their chaos. 1. Silence is louder than words. When she hurt you, every instinct screamed to react, to call, to text, to make her feel your pain. But here's the truth. Words change nothing. They're just noise to someone who's already stopped listening. Every message, every plea, only feeds her ego, proving she still controls you. But silence? Silence is brutal. It forces her to face the one thing she never wanted to, herself. Without your voice chasing her, she's left alone with her choices. The mind, when unchecked, becomes its own tormentor. She'll wonder why you're not fighting for her, replaying memories, doubting her decisions. Silence doesn't just hurt, it unsettles. It plants seeds of doubt that grow louder each day. When you speak, she can twist your words or defend herself. But silence, there's nothing to argue against. You strip away her excuses, leaving only the raw truth. She lost someone real. Your silence isn't weakness, it's dignity. It doesn't beg or negotiate. It stands tall, declaring, I was enough. You just couldn't see it. If you're done explaining your worth to those who don't deserve it, hit like, subscribe, and comment. My silence is my power. 2. Emotion is her weapon. Detachment is yours. When a woman pulls away, cheats, or leaves you in confusion, she rarely makes a clean exit. Instead, she plants emotional landmines. Songs you once shared, memories that ambush you, words that replay in your mind. This is how she keeps control, not by staying, but by haunting your thoughts. If you react emotionally, if you lash out, beg, or demand answers, you're playing right into her hands. Your pain becomes her validation. Your chase confirms her power. But detachment isn't numbness. It's survival. It means refusing to bleed for someone who handed you the knife. It means reclaiming the pieces of yourself you gave to someone who proved unworthy. When you detach, you take back your emotional leverage. No longer does she dictate your highs and lows. Your peace is yours alone. Stoicism teaches this ruthlessly. You can't control external events, but your response is always yours. Every time you ignore the urge to call, every time you delete that unsent text, you grow stronger. You train yourself to value peace over pride. And that terrifies her, because while emotion made you predictable, detachment makes you a mystery. When she realizes she can no longer trigger you, the power shifts. She feels the change in your energy. She sees she's no longer the center of your world. And whether she admits it or not, it stings. Because what she truly wanted wasn't just love, it was control. And you just took it back without saying a word. If you're done being a prisoner to your emotions, if you're ready to choose yourself first, hit like, subscribe, and comment. I control my peace. 3. The scarcity principle. You become valuable when you're absent. People only chase what feels rare. It's human nature. We ignore what's abundant and fixate on what's slipping away. Right now, you're either too available or irreplaceable. If you're always texting, always waiting, always bending to her whims, you become background noise. Predictable, easy, disposable. Nothing loses value faster than what's always within reach. But the moment you disappear, the second you're no longer where she expects you, you trigger something primal. The fear of loss. Scarcity forces her to feel your absence. It makes her question her choices. It reminds her, you are not a backup plan. You are a limited experience, a rare energy she foolishly took for granted. Understand this. Attention is currency. The more you give, the cheaper it becomes. The less you offer, the more it's desired. When you stop rewarding bad behavior with your time, you reset the balance of power. You prove you were the prize all along. Not something she lost, but something she gambled away. Scarcity isn't about mind games. It's about knowing your worth. It's the courage to walk away, understanding that your value isn't defined by who chases you, but by what you refuse to tolerate. If you're done making yourself too available to those who wouldn't notice if you vanished, hit like, subscribe, and comment. I am the scarcity. 4. Mystery destroys her control. The moment she can predict you, she owns you. She knows when you'll call. She knows you'll stay no matter how she treats you. She knows exactly how to pull your strings, because you handed her the manual to your mind. Predictability is weakness in the wrong hands. When a woman knows she can trigger you at will, you cease to be a man. You become a tool. You lose your edge. You lose your mystery. And without mystery, attraction withers. But when you go silent, when you stop broadcasting your pain, your longing, your every thought, that's when power shifts. Suddenly, she doesn't know what you're thinking. She doesn't know if you've moved on or if you still care. That uncertainty eats at her. The human mind craves answers, and when there are none, it invents them, usually the worst ones. Mystery isn't about manipulation. It's about self-preservation. It's keeping your plans private, your energy guarded, and your dignity intact. The less she knows, the more she wonders. The more she wonders, the more she feels your absence. And the more she feels it, the more she regrets ever thinking she could replace you. You owe no one unlimited access to your soul. Mystery is respect for your journey, your healing, and the man you're becoming. The moment you realize you never needed to prove your worth is the moment you become untouchable. If you're done being an open book, if you're ready to let silence speak louder than desperation, hit like, subscribe, and comment. My mystery is my strength. 5. Her ego cannot handle rejection. Most men believe women leave because they stop caring. The truth? Many leave expecting you to chase them. They anticipate the tears, the late night calls, the begging, because it feeds their ego. Your heartbreak becomes their trophy. Your desperation proves their power. But when you don't chase, when you don't argue, don't flinch, don't react, you shatter their illusion. You reject the script they thought they controlled. And nothing cuts deeper into a woman's ego than unexpected indifference. It's not just the lack of attention that stings. It's the silent statement you make. You are not worth losing myself over. Rejection isn't cruelty. It's self-respect. It's choosing your peace over their validation. It's refusing to play the emotional chess game where she moves and expects you to follow. When you break the cycle, she feels it. She replays everything. For the first time, she faces the truth. She overplayed her hand. You are not responsible for filling the holes in someone else's soul. You are responsible for protecting your own. Walking away isn't defeat. It's the ultimate power move. Rejecting her control, even if you once loved her, is a declaration. Your dignity is worth more than her approval. If you're done inflating egos that don't deserve your energy, if you're ready to honor yourself first, hit like, subscribe, and comment. My dignity is not negotiable. 6. Energy is currency. Stop spending yours carelessly. Every second you spend thinking about her, replaying old conversations, or stalking her social media, you're spending your energy. And energy is non-refundable currency. Most men don't realize this until they're bankrupt, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. They burn themselves out chasing closure from people who've already moved on. Your energy is your power. It's the fuel for your future, your growth, your success, your peace. Every time you waste it on someone undeserving, you delay your own rise. You stay trapped in a cycle of reacting instead of building. That's not resilience. That's self-sabotage. Stoicism teaches that the highest form of control is self-mastery. It means recognizing what drains you and cutting it off without hesitation. No grand speeches, no dramatic exits, just a quiet decision. I choose me. When you stop leaking energy on those who don't deserve it, you reinvest it where it matters. Your purpose, your health, your peace. Women notice when a man stops orbiting them and starts building his own gravity. By the time they realize it, you'll be too far gone, too focused, too powerful to ever look back. If you're done burning energy on people who don't invest in you, if you're ready to fuel your empire instead of their ego, hit like, subscribe, and comment. My energy builds my kingdom. 7. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. Every time you accept disrespect, ignore red flags, or forgive betrayal without change, you teach one lesson. You can hurt me, and I'll still stay. You might call it love. You might call it loyalty. But the truth? You're negotiating your worth. People don't treat you based on what you deserve. They treat you based on what you allow. The more you tolerate, the less they respect you. It's brutal, but it's real. Respect isn't given out of pity. It's earned through boundaries. Love without respect? Manipulation. Affection without loyalty? Poison. The longer you accept less, the more you betray yourself. When you go silent, when you walk away, you're not being cold. You're teaching a new standard. Access to me comes with conditions. Your silence becomes a wall. It says, respect is mandatory. Loyalty is non-negotiable. If you can't meet that, you lose me. Quietly, permanently. You don't owe the world softness. You owe yourself unshakable standards. Not because you're bitter, but because you know your value. Every time you refuse to be loved poorly, you get closer to the life and the people you actually deserve. If you're done accepting crumbs when you deserve a feast, if you're ready to demand respect as the bare minimum, Hit like, subscribe, and comment. Respect is the entry fee.